We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at a new location, Bogies in Clifton.
Shout out to Bogies.
Shout out to Bogies.
Great bar, man. Great bar.
Two dudes and a Mexican are back on a Wednesday. I don't know, we chose the spot because it's amazing, cheap beer, good people. I'm your host, Victor Salazar. To the left of me, my co-host, some dude named Peter Clark.
What up?
To the right of me, resident Mexican, Big D Quinones.
Órale, mi gente.
He's still in the summer here, you know.
Trying to relax.
You know, me and Pete come from work. Dave was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? He was chilling. Jump right into it. Game five, NBA Finals. Game 5 NBA Finals. Kevin Durant tears his Achilles. Raptors,
Was it confirmed?
Confirmed. He got surgery today.
New York, right?
Yep, confirmed. Tore his Achilles. I think there was 149, 249 left. Raptors are up 6. Nick Nurse inexplicably takes a timeout.
Dumbest coaching move so far.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And we have a game 6 tomorrow night.
Blame him.
So,
Inexperience.
I'm going to pass it to you because you sent out an infamous tweet at about, I want to say maybe 10:49, 10:50. Might have been 11 o'clock. If the Raptors lose this game, blame Nick Nurse's timeout. When they didn't need one, they had him on the ropes. Kawhi was doing Kawhi things in the fourth quarter, even though he hadn't played like Kawhi in the first 3 quarters.
Yep.
So, can the Raptors recover?
They can, but I think it's going to be a very hard thing to do in Game 6.
England's cold for me. That's awesome.
I think the biggest problem they're going to have. Oh yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah,
It's like the glass are extra cold. That's why.
Man,
So
this
like,
is bogeys. I'm sorry.
the
Yeah.
bogeys. But I think the reason they're going to have a hard time trying to actually come back in Game 6 because one, Golden State's riding the emotion right now. They're in front of their home crowd, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they got a benefit of some calls because we all know the NBA wants a Game 7 to decide the NBA Finals. So I think everything right now is on Golden State's way, even without Durant. We know they can win without Durant. It's much harder to do, but they can win without Durant. But right now, it's really everything just went downward for the last 2 minutes of that game as soon as he called that timeout. And as soon as it happened, I said it's going to come back to haunt them. And as soon as he called it, and they were on a 10-0 run with Kawhi scoring all 10 points, and then they went on the 9-0 run right back after that timeout. It was completely idiotic play, and his explanation was even more idiotic.
What was it? I didn't even.
He said that
I didn't even know either.
when it got down to under 3 minutes, you're gonna lose your timeouts if you don't use them before that time. So he was gonna lose free timeouts. So he said
That doesn't make sense.
He said they're free timeouts to give my team some
That
rest.
doesn't make
But
sense.
what he did is he gave the other team rest.
You know what meme is perfect for that? You know when in Wedding Crashers, when
You idiot.
yeah, that one.
Yep.
When what's his face? Luke Wilson goes to meet with Will Ferrell, like the king of crashing weddings,
Yep.
and tells him that Vince Vaughn's getting married. He goes, "What an idiot!"
Yep. That's what it seemed
He
like.
goes, "That's good, more for me and you."
That's exactly what it seemed like. It was ridiculous. I'm like, what are you doing? I yelled at the time, like, why did you call a timeout? Like,
You know what this means? We have to crash funerals now. It's the best, man. Crash funerals.
Unbelievable.
So Dave, I'm gonna pose this question to you: did the Raptors blow their load in Game 5?
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean? They had the championship is right there.
They started wheeling the trophy into their room.
I think. Listen, I think they had an opportunity
You
to seal
see
it.
the little guy with the dollar from the Geico commercial. Ooh, you almost had it. That's literally that was the
Gotta be
NBA
quicker than
championship. That was the NBA championship right there. And there's Nick Nurse reaching for it, but he misses it.
Listen.
He actually put a timeout before he reached for it.
Oh, he did.
You
He did. Actually, called time out before he reached the dollar.
Listen, you got to give him credit though for being the coach, for getting them there, having an opportunity to win this series. Okay?
Nobody
Yeah,
knows about that.
it wasn't the best. It wasn't the
But why?
best.
He's had a great series.
You're right.
Why would
It
he
wasn't the
overthink
best
it?
decision.
Why would he overthink? But that happens all the time.
It's an experience.
That happens all the
For this
time.
level.
Don't people overthink things sometimes? And
especially on
listen,
this
in
level,
the
he's
biggest
never been
stage against the best team, one of the best teams ever in NBA history. So listen, yeah, he messed up, but listen, I think if they regroup,
I still think I still think they're the better team all around. That's playing as a team, as a team group. You could see the difference between the Warriors when KD was in the beginning, right from the start.
Yeah, like
you could see
in the first
just
period.
not just that. Like you could see the confidence, the passing. You could just see everything. That everything was just restored. This was the Warriors that everybody knows. Even though he did get hurt early, they were still able to regroup. And they were able to pretty much slug it out with the Raptors. I mean, what was the final score? 106, 105, right? So, I mean, over 100 points. So, I still think the Raptors still have a good chance of winning it. Remember, Game 7's going to be in Toronto. So, no, Game 6 is going to be a hard game for the Raptors to win. But I still think the Raptors still have enough. I think as long as Kawhi does his Kawhi things, and listen, as long as they go back, because Kawhi did go on that that big run, but it was just him. That's the thing, and that hasn't really been them.
Yeah.
Everybody's been pitching in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Van Vliet, Baca. Everybody's been pitching in. Siakam, everybody's been pitching in, and now all of a sudden it's kind of like he took the reins. So it's kind of like
because he's his championship time.
I guess so. You're right.
He's been there before.
So, but he'll have.
Believe
me. Listen. Believe when I say it. He'll have another opportunity.
Here's the thing.
He'll have another opportunity.
You better hope so.
I think he will.
Here's the thing.
I think he will.
When the Bucks were up 2-0 against the Raptors, they lost Game 3. And they were like, "Oh, we didn't even play our best game. We could have won that game." And they were upbeat.
Yeah.
After Game 4, they weren't the same upbeat team anymore.
Nope.
So you're a minute 49 away from a championship. A minute 49 away from dethroning. Obviously Durant's not there, but still dethroning the best team in the NBA and has been probably for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And you missed that opportunity.
Remember you talked about it a couple weeks ago that sometimes you need that break. That timeout may have been their break to win a championship.
So Kawhi's been there, but like for guys like Van Vliet, Siakam, Ibaka, because Ibaka's never been to NBA Finals. He's been to West Conference Championship, never to NBA Finals. Van Vliet, Siakam, never been there. The only guy that's been
Lowry.
Come on, guys.
Larry.
No,
there is not a person I want less to have no game-winning shot.
How do they?
All right, maybe Cook.
How do you leave that locker room and you fly to San Francisco, Oakland? What's that locker room feeling like? And Kawhi's not known to be a vocal leader. Kawhi leads by example on the floor.
He just points.
Well, he just goes like this. He goes.
That's it.
So, as a player, follow him where though? He's not going to say something to you he's not going to say something to you in the locker room.
He's not that type of leader.
But you have to. He has to. If they have a chance in Game 6, he has to come out early and finish the way he ended the last game. He has to be very aggressive to start the game if they want a chance in Game 6. Because if they go into Game 6 playing a normal game, they're going to get blown out.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see in Game 7.
I think that's a good point because you know what? I don't think they can afford for him to start slow like that.
And the reason why
I think he needs to get going, and it's got to be more consistent.
He did start slow in Game 5.
Yeah.
Like the
People were starting to get on him.
The Warriors were winning threes in the first 2 quarters. It was amazing. Durant hit like 3. Clay hit like 3. Steph was throwing it up.
Steph was throwing it up.
And the thing is, they were in the game because Kyle Lowry actually had a good first half.
Yeah.
He had like 5 assists because you know what he was doing? He was driving and dishing. You know what he did in the second half? Heave up 3s for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
That's not your game. Like, I mean, whatever. Kyle Lowry
But it's weird. But
is
other games he's making those 3s.
But other games he's actually shooting the ball and he's
inconsistent
making
about it. Yeah, he's straight.
Either way, why change from what's working? Number one, you're driving, you're dishing, you're getting guys like Ibaka open, Marcus Gasol's open. You had 5 dimes in the first half.
You know what it
because
is?
you were aggressive and you looked. But then in the second half, you want to shoot.
Is exactly what you said. The clamps started to get a little tight around their necks about, listen, we're 2 minutes away from an NBA final, or we're 1 quarter from an NBA final.
But he was that was his fourth quarter was horrible.
Well, because remember, in the fourth quarter, They had the first lead. This was the first game where there was a lead change in the fourth quarter. Like the whoever's led going into the fourth has won the game. So this is the first time there was actually a lead change. They came back and got that lead and got up to 6, and then it started clamping down. Like they said, Kawhi, take us home, and he started to do that, and then everything's tightened up after that.
But here's the only thing I'll say about that game. Kyle Lowry, I'm not gonna say he's a bum, but he reverted to the same Kyle Lowry we knew in the second half.
Yeah, but
and guys like Van Fleet and Siakam, they're young.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry has to be the number 2. If he's not going to be the number 2, then they don't have a chance in Game 6. Then he's certain. Well, who's going to be number 2? Van Fleet.
They gotta hope that other people step up.
Van Fleet's got 3 missing
no, I
teams.
disagree. I think he's right. I think Lowry's got to be that number 2.
And he wasn't number 2. He wasn't number 2.
And he's had exactly. He's had his moments in the series.
Yes.
So he just he had a rough game. You're right. And sometimes you get desperate.
And he had a couple shots in the
Especially
fourth.
so.
But I remember somebody
but you know the shots
somebody
he
actually
hit.
sent me a message on
The
Twitter
shots
when he
he
hit
hit.
it because I was getting on him.
The shots he hit weren't 3-pointers. He hit 1 3 in the fourth after going like
He
over.
drove, got the
for
person to
500.
overrun him, and then did the spinning back
That's
and
what I'm
made a
saying.
couple
His
shots.
game is to drive and dish or drive and go to the lane.
But the thing about him is that it's just in the last 5 minutes, that's when it's got to be Kawhi. That's when you got to give to your
Well,
star.
again, Nick Nurse again. One thing, that timeout was stupid.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
But then with 8 whatever seconds left in the game,
Yeah.
why not call a timeout there and set up a play?
Yeah.
Because you got the ball to Kawhi.
You saw it was breaking down,
Yeah,
and
so it was
they
breaking
double
down.
teamed them.
And they double teamed them, and it went to Van Fleet.
Yeah. He ran the corner and Lowry.
And Lowry. So, listen, the one thing I'll give Steve Kerr credit was Marcus Gasol was killing them with that small lineup.
Yeah.
He tried it with Bogut, and he was like, Bogut, you're trash. You're like 800 years old. You can't jump off the ground anymore. Let's try Boogie. Boogie was there playing.
Boogie played.
Boogie played.
He's another one. He has.
But here's the thing.
In Game 7, he has to play well.
I think he's getting into basketball shape finally. I think he's getting his legs. Like, I'm just saying, I'm watching again, and I'm like, really? Like, Marcus Gasol is eating these guys alive. You might as well put Boogie in there. You know, at least Boogie's better than Bogut and Kevin Looney.
But you know what? We haven't even talked about what could be the most important thing in this series. Draymond Green got another technical. If he gets wait a minute. If you're Toronto, you're telling me you're not going to try to instigate him to get a technical?
You're Toronto.
Because if he gets one more,
Toronto.
he's missing Game 7.
You better fly Drake to Oakland. Put him right near the Warriors.
You might as
bench.
well. You got to do everything you can. If he a double technical, you know how quickly the referees give double technicals.
You know how Drake gives that
push it
stupid
or
look like.
whatever. Yeah, exactly. You get a double technical, and
You
he's
see the
gone for
Drake
Game
look?
7. He's gone for Game 7. Yo, he's a great actor.
Oh my God! When the red got hurt, when the red got hurt. Like, bro, really?
Probably went to get acting lessons with that.
I mean, he was an actor. He was.
Oh, yeah, he was a
in that
child
show.
actor.
He was
Sorry,
a
he was a
child
child
actor, so
actor.
he's pretty good at what he does. Absolutely, I need a refill. Yep.
I'll take a Coors Light actually.
Wow, you don't like the daily?
No, I'm just trying to
Yeah. So
my calories. You know, I'm on a diet. That's right. I'm trying to diet.
I've never seen anyone go on a diet in the summer. This is the first, David.
all right.
All right, so I mean, get down to the nitty gritty. Game 6. Before we move on, what do you see happening?
I think Golden State comes out. I think they actually will win this game in a blowout, and I'm picking Golden State to win by about 10 points.
I think they're gonna rout them. I think Golden State's gonna win by 16. We're gonna have a Game 7 Sunday night. What the NBA wants.
Yes.
Sunday night at 8 o'clock, because you know people can actually stay up till 10:30
And we will have a show for that.
to watch the game, right? People can stay up to 10:30 to watch the game
Yeah.
and not pass out by
They definitely
11:45.
want it. Yeah, they definitely want it.
But I mean, I know my prediction has changed a lot, but I said 7 last time.
Yeah, you did.
I stuck with the Warriors, even though I wanted to make that change.
I want to hear Dave's
Wanted to
because
make that
Dave
change.
made some drastic changes.
Guys, listen. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna go on out on a limb here.
But before you even
And
say,
I'm-
Dave went from Warriors in 5 to Toronto in 7.
I had to.
And
man.
now, what is it gonna be?
So I got the
And
Raptors.
then you went Toronto in 5 because you thought they were gonna win last.
I got
game.
Toronto
You're
closing it
almost
out. I got
tomorrow.
Toronto. Listen, closing it out.
Really.
I think. Listen, I think if the game goes over 100 points, I
Yeah.
think the Warriors win. I don't think it does. I think the Raptors are going to concentrate more on defense. All right. Again, go back to what you're doing. Passing the ball, getting everybody involved. And listen, I have a prediction: a close game. It's going to be under 100 points each team, and I got the Raptors winning championship. So.
That's bold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bold and bogey.
Right now, Golden State is a 3-point favorite.
I mean, I'm going all in. I'll probably play money line and maybe bet the spread too.
Yeah.
Might as well win double. Real quick, I guess, we have to get to this Kevin Durant's injury.
Yeah, crazy, man.
How does it change the complexity of free agency come July 1st?
Well, I think it's all going to come down to if he opts out and says, I'm going to be a free agent, is a team willing to, and I think they willing to pay him for a full year at $38 million to not play next year. Because he can only get a 4-year contract. So it's going to be a 4-year deal, max of $38 million per year, and you're pretty much playing for 3 years because he's not going to play next year.
So how long is his recovery?
It's going to be like
It could be 6 to, it could be 6 months to a year.
It could be 6 months. He could come back, I think, normally for an injury like that, he'll come back around the All-Star break, but for somebody that you're paying that much to, you typically, unless you're a good team already and he's coming back to help you, you kind of want him to sit out the year so he can fully recover for the following year.
That really sucks.
Yeah. So it's going to take him a while to recover, and yeah, it's going to be at least 6 months to take him out to probably the All-Star break next year.
Wow, see, he's so into the show, he forgets about his beer. It's okay. It's all right.
No, that's fine.
It's all
It means
right.
he's having a good time.
Here's the thing, I think the Knicks are screwed once again.
But if you're the Knicks, do you still go after him?
I would.
Hell yeah.
I would, only because we may not win next year regardless with him on the team, because we still need the young kids to develop unless they trade everyone for AD and they get like
That was part of the
Kemba.
plan.
But if they're not going to trade everyone for AD, you might as well bring them on. Whoever that second player is, whether it be Kemba, whether it be Kyrie, whether it be whoever, you know what? We'll make the playoffs. Bring Durant year 2. RJ Barrett will probably another year under his belt. Kevin Knox another year under his belt. Lonzo Trier, Mitchell Robinson. I mean, hopefully Frank Nikoliki, whatever his last name is, Ntilikina isn't here anymore. I mean, he could be here. He could be. Nikolika, whatever. Whatever.
Thank you.
What? Christos, Porzingis, Pingus, Wingus.
No, it's totally fine. We want you in the shop.
Yeah.
Whoa. Married, Dave. Take it easy. All right.
I thought the concept was
I'm just kidding.
be hanging out and just having a good time. Doesn't matter what interrupts us. What if the mayor comes through the room?
Is he a nice guy?
I've never met him. Shout out to the mayor, Clifton. Listen, pave our streets, man. I pay a lot in taxes. Please.
Hey, Dave, let's keep the show unpolitical, bro.
I'm just saying.
Fake news. All right, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think if the Knicks don't sign Kevin Durant and a second guy, I don't want them to waste their money or trade for Bradley Beal or John Wall.
I like Bradley Beal.
Yeah, but that's just gonna be your main guy. He's not gonna be.
No, he can't be, but he could be a really good number 2.
All right, but then you're gonna need a number 1 regardless.
They do trade for. Well, you got to do 2 trades then, because you got to trade for Davis and trade for Bill.
Then we'll have no team.
2 trades.
Then we're basically left with no team. But that's July 1st. We're still a ways away from that.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the next coming weeks.
We got the draft. We got all that stuff covered before that.
Pete wanted to talk about baseball, so we're going to talk about baseball. The Rays, surprising team, they tied for first.
Yeah.
Who's the other team?
Twins.
Who?
Who's the other
Twins,
team?
yo.
The who?
Are they leading baseball home runs?
I mean, nothing.
They're on pace to-
Who's more surprising, the Rays or the Twins?
Rays.
No, I'd say the Twins.
I
Rays.
think Twins.
Yeah, I'd say the Twins.
Yeah.
Why the Rays? I mean, why the Twins?
Listen,
The Rays weren't a bad team last year. Remember, we were talking about them possibly
their
making a wild
pitching's
card
pretty
last year.
good, man. Their
Then the
pitching's
Twins
pretty
always
good.
make it to the playoffs and lose to the Yankees?
I can't even name 2 members on the Twins.
Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau.
That's not 10 years ago.
Joe Mauer's like,
You're gonna name
Soar,
Kirby, you're gonna name Kirby Puckett now? Kent Herbeck,
Paul Molitor,
Joe Carter used to play.
Curry Puckett.
Yeah, bring back all the old ones.
Who else?
Screw that team.
Tony Winter.
Tony Gwynn in San Diego.
San Diego, whole career.
Who's on the Rays that you know?
On the Rays? Yo, who won the Cy Young last year?
I don't know.
Who won the Cy Young?
He don't care about baseball.
What? Who did?
From Tampa Bay.
They traded him, didn't they?
No. Why would you trade your Cy Young?
Didn't they trade him?
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, that's
I don't know. You asked me, it's a surprising team. I don't know anyone on either team.
Why'd you name Evan Longoria? You know he's on the Giants.
Because I knew he got traded. I still think Justin Minor and Joe Mauer still play for the Twins.
right, let's go on. Then. We'll get back to them if they're for real.
Well, who's on the? Who won the Cy Young last
If
year?
they're for real,
Who won the Cy Young last
we'll
year?
go back to them.
Who won the Cy Young last year?
No, we'll pass it now.
Who? Mark Stroman?
Yo, Braves better not trade for him. Yo.
What do you mean?
I don't want him though. I don't want him.
Who won the Cy Young
I
last
don't
year?
want him
Who won the Cy Young?
now.
What's his name?
It pisses me off.
What's his name? See, I told you it's a worthless topic. Look, no one wants to listen to me. Who won the Cy Young last year?
DeGrom.
I know that
Oh,
one.
God.
Whoa!
Oh god.
Boom!
Shout out to the Mets, baby.
How's he pitching this year?
Cool.
Blake.
He's alright.
Who won the AL Cy Young?
How's he pitching this year?
It's that young kid that they got. I don't know his name.
Yeah, him. I'm rooting for you. Where the fuck that guy is?
My memory's not as good as it used to be.
I mean, mine's
What
either.
happens when you get my age?
Blake Snell.
Like Snell.
Who? Who the fuck is? Who the fuck
He
is
killed
Blake?
that guy.
Yeah, how come you didn't know who he was?
My memory's not as good as it used to be. Like I said.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, nobody cares about baseball, Peter.
You will when you're talking about the Yankees later on.
I know. They Yankee fans, they're.
He split to the Mets with their bum ass team and that. God,
Oh, man, we smacked you around last night.
that's what I'm saying. We split with the Mets with a bum ass team.
We smacked you around.
Whatever. Just because you went to Lauryn Hill concert after a Met game doesn't mean nothing. All right.
It was a good
Did
concert.
she show up?
It's a good
Thanks,
concert.
good
Yep,
concert.
she showed up.
On time.
That's right.
On time.
That's right. You weren't there.
And played for over an hour.
You know I wasn't there because I was at the Triple G Rose fight.
That was great, right? That was awesome. That was the best card ever, huh?
Loser. Listen, I got to talk to Eddie Hearn beforehand. I got to talk to Maurice Hooker.
And that was the highlight of
I
the
got
night.
Eddie Hearn, of course.
Not the fight.
Eddie Hearn.
Of course, Eddie talking to Eddie Hearn is always the highlight of my night. Me and Big Bro Eddie, you know what I'm saying? We right here. Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez. Great fight in July. All those videos on the Two Dudes in a Mexican YouTube page. Find out why Eddie Hearn says Joshua wants to rematch with Ruiz here. Find out why Maurice Hooker is telling the world that he doesn't respect Jose Ramirez's power. And find out what Robert Garcia had to say about Lomo versus Mikey. It might happen.
Everything's on the page.
Everything's on the page.
like
I mean, it's right there.
Go there and subscribe.
It's right there. But anyways,
Subscribe, fuckers.
subscribe, fuckers.
Subscribo.
GGG Rose. What GGG did was roll over Steve Rose. Pretty sure that's what we thought was going to happen. So now, Triple G, heel Triple G as I like to call him now, says he's not going to get into a Twitter argument with Oscar De La Hoya about the third fight with Canelo. Just make the fight. Stop making excuses. What do you say to that?
Oscar got killed on Twitter.
Do all the talking in the ring. That's all.
Wow, short and
All the
sweet.
talking in the ring.
Well, Oscar got rid of his account, yo. Oscar must have did something.
Yo, Triple G is now part of boxing Twitter.
Yes, he's gone now.
Usually we get put in boxing Twitter jail for either 24 hours or a week. His got account suspended. So
Yeah.
he must have said something really racial, or
He must talk about the stop
he must have dropped the F-bomb here and there.
and the coke.
He must have said something.
Yeah.
I don't know why the hell Triple G's account gets suspended.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That's weird.
But your thoughts on Triple G versus Canelo 3?
It's a fight that, I mean, I'm not gonna really. I'm gonna pay attention to it because I always pay attention to most Canelo.
Be biased.
Canelo
Be biased.
fights, but
biased.
it's not a fight I'm gonna travel to see. Just like I didn't even travel to see 2, so I'm definitely not gonna travel to see 3. I don't have as much interest in it as I had the first 2, so I'm very interested to see what it does in terms of viewership.
Well, you're not gonna know what viewership is. It's gonna be on the zone.
Yeah, but they'll still find out. They found out with the other fights. They said the Canelo was the most watched boxing fight. They said Ruiz was the second most, so they'll be able to tell you that.
I really don't care. Listen, the zone is paying massive amount of money for you to watch a fight.
Yeah.
If you pay $100 for the year, which is less than 2 pay-per-views, you're getting Anthony Joshua, Canelo, Triple G, the World Boxing Super Series.
Yeah.
You're getting Danny Jacobs. I mean, there's a lot of content on there. Granted, it's not ESPN Plus where you get all the other sports. You know, I mean Chilean soccer.
Yeah.
So to me, it's still a good deal. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Chi chi chi. Le le le.
wow.
Chi chi chi. Le le le.
Wow. Unbelievable. Mexicans over here challenging.
Hey, man, chill, man.
Anyways.
Shout out to my Chilean people. Damn. Jesus.
I think I only know one Chilean. So, yeah, do you know any Chilean people?
Come on, man. Turtle.
Turtle's Chilean?
Really?
Shout out to Turtle. Half Chilean. Half Chilean.
I was looking at you like, fuck. What's wrong
He
with
didn't
you?
even know that. That's his friend. That's his friend from like high school.
Ah, what's up,
He didn't
man?
know that.
So you know Turtle was Chilean?
Yeah, who does
So
You didn't say anything.
So he
You didn't react.
So he
Nobody asked them.
Because you're saying, yeah, like verify it, like prove his statement. He's got like a blank stare on his face. He did not know.
Listen, all right, Turtle's
Brag on
Chilean.
your
Alright,
statement,
yeah.
man.
Anyways,
Let's
Turtle's
move on.
Chilean. Turtle's Chilean. Listen, I think the second half of the boxing year is going to be fantastic. You know, Pacquiao Thurman, Triple G Canelo 3, Ruiz Joshua 2, Wilder versus Ortiz 2, even though it's on pay-per-view, I don't agree with it, but whatever. The World Boxing Super Series final between Taylor and Gray, Jose Ramirez versus Mo Hooker, who they had a meet and greet at Brother Jimmy's.
Oh, he did?
Amazing. We were having
Oh, that's
shots.
why everybody was there.
We were having shots with Eddie Hearn, Mo Hooker, Jose Ramirez, Robert Garcia, and Frank Smith from Matchroom. So it was a good time. See, that's shit like that I like. I mean, that's my report. You know, I did mostly drinking and not covering the fight because.
Where did you want to go after?
Oh, I wanted to go to Porky's. I wanted to go to Porky's on 42nd.
Which is closed.
Which is close. I didn't know. I mean, infamous things happen at Porky's. You guys ever been to Porky's?
Why did you want to go to Porky's?
$2 beers, the hot dogs. Who wouldn't want to go to
Big ass
Porky's?
pig in front of the
Big ass
damn
pig in
thing.
front of the thing. It smells like ass in there. Once you get over the smell at Porky's, it's actually a decent place. You remember how bad he smelled
says
there?
that?
Who
Who says that?
The smell
Oh
of
my
pork.
god. It's called Porky's. You think it's supposed to smell good? Blame Turtle. Turtle took us to that spot so many times.
Yeah.
Shout out to Turtle.
Shout out to
again.
Turtle taking us to Porky's.
Turtle.
Yeah.
We could literally went to Porky's if it was open.
Tortuga.
And it would have been $2 beers and $1 hot dogs. So, and then I wanted to come to Bogey's after, but no one wanted to drink. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, they closed at 2. We would have been here at
You
1:45.
could have got an Oscar Blues Brewery.
Yeah, Vic wanted to come here to Boney's to have one beer
And go home.
and then go home.
Dave lives like a block away from here, so he's like fine. Peter, not a different story.
Exactly. It's like 2 hours away. Poor guy.
Anyways, that was my report. Lastly,
Thank you for the report.
I mean, great. Wasn't it a great report?
It was. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
All right, there you go.
Jesus.
Wow.
This guy's uptight today.
I was in an hour and a half of traffic getting here from Jersey City, all right? So,
Take the train. Right, huh? Take the fucking train. Lane.
the guy lives a block away from here. He's shitting. Game 7 tonight. Boston Bruins versus St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
A little disappointed in the St. Louis Blues in Game 6. Home game.
Yeah, I
Chance
don't
to
think
put
home ice means anything. To
No,
say.
it doesn't.
Both teams
Chance to
are-
put away the series, and they choked.
Yeah.
Here we are, Game 7, Boston again.
Yeah.
I'm not a hockey connoisseur
At
unless
home.
the Rangers are good. Boston's home. But the one thing I found out today that the last 2 Game 7s in the Stanley Cup Finals, the road team has won.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with the Blues. Even though I picked the Bruins to win in 6, changing it up. Because I'm not Boston strong. Fuck Boston. I don't care. I don't care if Big Papi's gonna be on the screen with a heartfelt message. I don't care. I don't care if it's Julian Edelman, Tom Brady, Bill Russell, whoever. I don't care. Let's go Blues.
Biased.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
So pick one. Who are you going with now? You picked Boston from the start, so you sticking with them, or?
I'm going to stick with Boston.
You'll stick
Listen,
with Boston.
as of late, if you look at their offense, I think last game they scored 5 goals, 5-1, right?
Yeah.
So listen, I think they keep it going. They're playing at home, right?
Yeah.
In Boston.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come out. I think my prediction 4-2. 4-2 win by Boston.
Wow.
Boston takes it. That offense has been surging for the last 2 games. I think the Blues.
4-2. I think it'd be 2-1.
I think it's 2-1 too. I think it's going to be 2-1 Blues. I think Riley, who has a goal in 3 straight games, he's going to get he has 4 goals in the last 3 games.
He's
three
too good.
straight.
He's good.
I think he's going to get 1 more goal tonight, which will be the game winner, and he'll win the conference.
I
like it.
The Yingling's so good from here. Amazing.
Yes.
You're gonna have like 5 more,
I'm gonna
right?
have like 12 more.
He's gonna compensate for the other night.
Yeah, I'm
when we
gonna
didn't come.
compensate. So before it gets loud in here, because it is getting loud here, we're on trivia night. I'm planning on winning trivia night and winning 2 tickets to go see the the New Jersey Jackals down the street.
Right,
Thirsty Thursdays, awesome time. So, interesting topic came up in conversations that I've had the last couple of days. So, I don't want to mention this to you. I don't want to come with any bias. So, the Boston sports community, right? They support each other all the time. You know, whether it be Julian Edelman with a Boston Bruins jersey at practice, or the Red Sox coming to the Celtics home playoff game, showing out the rings and the championships or whatever. Now, I think, my humble opinion, it works in a city where there's only one sports team for every sport. I'm going to pose this question to you because it's similar. You fall in similar categories as me.
Yeah.
As a Met fan, right? If Justin Tuck takes the Super Bowls to Yankee Stadium, it's of course the Yankees during the World Series. The Mets make it to a World Series the next year, and there's the same Justin Tuck in a Met jersey. How do you feel about that?
Proud with it. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't hate the Yankees.
That's the Rudy Giuliani rule.
They're doing Rudy Giuliani.
The Rudy Giuliani rule,
Listen,
because he was the Yankees fan that went to a Met game.
I don't
When they
listen.
went to the World Series.
Listen, I don't hate the Yankees. Believe it or not. So, do I cheer for them? No, I don't cheer for them either. So, but listen, if they win, hey, they win. I know most Yankee fans, like you guys,
You'll be happy if they win?
don't agree. No, I wouldn't be happy. No, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be jumping up and down either. So, but listen, if they win, they win. It's still sweat off my sack.
Pastor, if the Yankees are playing the Red Sox to get to the World Series, who are you rooting for?
I don't care. I just want to I want to see good baseball, good series. So either team wins. I really don't care.
I don't believe.
I'm not cheering against the Yankees though. You can ask anybody that's ever seen me see games.
Okay,
I do not cheer against the
So
Yankees.
in a city,
I just want to see a game.
in a metropolitan area like ours, right? My opinion is you can do that in cities where there's only one sports team for each sport. Yes, one more. Please.
I'll take another one.
One more?
Yep.
Everybody?
Yep, thank you.
How about you, honey?
Right, you can get it. I think that's fine, right? Because you're okay.
You only
with
have
it.
one team
You don't
to
have
cheer
team
for.
cheer for. But here in our metropolitan area, we have 2 basketball teams, 2 football teams, 3 hockey teams, 2 baseball teams. Not only that, right? Because it's more like you. We have 2 football teams.
You got Buffalo.
Buffalo's not in our metropolitan area.
Buffalo? Yo, they're in New York.
Yeah, that's not even in our
But
area.
they're considered more Toronto.
Yo, Bill's Mafia. Yo, Buff.
So now,
They're a New York team, New York State, not New York City.
Don't know why they're even
Their
there.
city is Toronto. The nearest city to Buffalo in that metropolitan area is Toronto. That's why they've been dying. The NFL wants them to move to Toronto.
They've been wanting that, but yeah, you're gonna hurt Buffalo.
I love Bills Mafia. Like, I'm gonna go to a game and do a backflip of a car and land on a fire pit or whatever they want me to do. A table, a fire pit. You know, take thumbtacks like Mankind did. I mean, we wanted Dre to do that, but he was too scared.
Yeah.
I wanted to put Dre to a table at WrestleMania.
Yo, Dre's been gone so long. That's his way to come back. He has to put himself to a
I
table.
think they have to put Dre to a table.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so I think
This table. This one right here.
I think you're partly right, but listen, like for me, like I think it depends on how you're brought up, man. Like me.
But the person I had the conversation with said it's like uniting the city. I don't think you can unite our city to be behind one team.
No, you
Because-
can't. You can't.
Because of, not only
Too much pride, I
Not
think.
only
Too
the
much
pride.
pride. Too much pride.
Not only the pride, but how many people move from other parts of the country to New York? So they bring their team here. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think not only that though, it just becomes a rivalry. So it's kind of like your little brother, right? Like
it is a
you and your
rivalry.
little brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not always going to get along, right? You guys are always going to what?
Yeah.
You know, so
It's always going to be Rangers versus the
Exactly.
Islanders. It's always going to be Giants, Jets. It's
and
always
the
going to be
Devils.
Yankees,
The Devils,
Mets.
yeah.
And the Devils,
Yankees,
Devils.
Mets. So
Yankees,
like I could see that, but it all depends on how you're brought up too. So like I was brought up as a Met fan because of my dad, and I was brought up as a Giant fan because of my dad. So there's nothing I can do about that. That's just how I was brought up. You guys were brought up differently, and that's why we cheer for who we cheer for, and our loyalty and our pride. So those are two big words, right? Loyalty and pride. You put them together, forget it, man. It's like die hard. So,
But you don't think the city could unify behind one team? Like let's say Boston right now is unified behind the Bruins.
yeah.
Because we know the Boston hockey team, that's why.
There you go.
Yes,
that's
you're
my
right,
point
you're right,
exactly.
you're right.
So I said remember the team from Worcester that came here to play the Jackals? They were the Worcester Chicken Hens or whatever the hell you call them, right? Imagine there was. Remember? What you mean? You were there? What are you talking about?
You were there most of the
I was
waiting the way you said it.
Worcester chicken heads.
Chicken Hens. Damn, you got where
It sounded like you said chicken heads,
That's what it
right?
sounded like you said.
Listen, right to our show, right?
That's
He
the
said
reason why
chicken
we were
heads.
laughing.
Chicken,
Because it sounded like
chicken
that.
Hens. Chicken Hens. That literally was the name of the team. We were rooting for the Jackals against the Chicken Hens. So if the Worcester Chicken Hens,
See, we were on the same page.
you got your head's in the gutter. Head's in the gutter. So if the
Let's be
Worcester
professional, Dave.
I am being professional.
the Worcester Chicken Hens are in the finals right now, and you're a Bruins fan.
Yeah.
Oh!
Hey, what's going on?
Smell these in the house! Wow!
What's going on?
Yeah.
I was 6 minutes away.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't leave now.
How you doing, sir? I'm Dave. Nice to meet you.
He smelled these. I won't tell you his real name. I don't know if he wants to share it with you. But it's my boy on Twitter. I love this guy.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice,
for
cool,
real.
cool.
Wow.
Thanks for
My
visiting,
boy smelled these. He's gonna pull out a guitar and start playing.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it's gonna happen.
We're almost done.
It's us.
He went up with
About to be
I
down.
think karaoke's Friday, I think. So
If you haven't
Well,
come
we're
to
seeing you
Bogies now,
Friday.
you don't come to
Maybe we'll
Bogies
be
You
now.
gotta come
Friday.
to Bogies now.
Bogies now.
Yeah.
But again, if the Worcester Chicken
Oh,
Hens
sorry,
are playing.
sorry.
Yeah, no, you guys good. You grab seats, some others gonna be in the shot. Don't matter. We're almost done anyway. If the Worcester Chicken Hens were in Game 7 right now, would the Bruins be? Would Boston fans?
No.
If half of them were Bruins fans, half of them were Worcester Chicken Hens fans, they'd be rooting for the Bruins.
They wouldn't care about the chicken heads.
What do you mean they wouldn't
They care
care?
about them. They wouldn't care about the chicken heads.
Why not?
They don't care about them. They just care about the Bruins.
Oh my God, you're not getting my point. You're not getting my point.
Yeah, you can't just not make up a team, but you can't just
All right. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
name like chicken heads like that?
That was the name of the single A team.
Chicken heads?
Yeah, Chicken Hens.
Hens.
You said heads.
Hens.
Guys, still on this chicken head stuff.
Hens.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Dude, where you are, man?
All right. Clippers in the finals.
Yeah.
Would the city of LA unite to root for the Clippers to win the NBA championship?
No.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. You being a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
Again, pose the same question. If Mitchell Trubisky, right? No, I can't say the Bulls. I can't say the Bulls.
You're.
But if let's say let's say you're a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
And D Rose one night is at a Chicago White Sox World Series game in a White Sox jersey. Then the Cubs make the World Series the next year, and now he's in a Cubs jersey. What would you say to
You
that?
can't do that. You can't do that.
That's the point that we're trying to make.
Done deal. Done deal. That's our show. I'm gonna have some more beers. My boy Smeldy's in the house. He's gonna pull a guitar out, and he's gonna play live.
Did we cover Pack 30 yet?
Oh, not yet. Look, Smeldy's in the house. Smeldy's in the house.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his real name on camera because I don't want he might have some cases or warrants.
Give out his,
You know him. Smeldy's.
This is alter ego, right?
Yeah.
You know him on Twitter as that.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
We'll leave it at that. We'll probably be back on Sunday. We might have a Game 7. We might not.
Yep.
But if we do, we'll preview that.
Yep.
So we'll see you then.
Peace.
Yeah, love you.
I don't love you.
Come on, man.